Hi everybody, welcome to the channel today. We're going to have a quick chat today about a subject. To be honest, I've been getting a bit tired of hearing in the press because it's been going on for so long, but I understand why it's been going on for so long, which is the sales of players that have come through clubs' youth team systems and then being sold on so clubs can make a bit of profit so they don't stay in trouble do with PSR. Okay, now when I look at this subject from the club's points of view, I can understand where they're coming from, because at the end of the day, any person that goes and buys a football club is looking at making money. End of story. They want to make profit at the end of the day. They ain't in the market of losing hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds, which has happened in the past for an awful lot of owners. So the reality is, as long as we have PSR, which I'm not a great fan of PSR, I have my own personal views of what clubs, of what the Premier League should be doing, but as long as we do have PSR, okay, clubs are going to continue cashing on youth team players, whether it's the next Gallagher or the next whoever the next big name player is that comes through a club youth team system. I'm a Nottingham Forest supporter. Last season for us, Brennan Johnson, he goes out the door for 50 million of profit straight onto the balance sheet, which saved us for last season. Okay, so hopefully we can get points deduction this season. We have a couple of players that teams are after at the moment, or it's been rumoured, but we need to make big profits on them players, and it's as simple as that. I personally look into the days of Southampton. I was born and bred in Southampton. I remember when Southampton had great players coming through their youth system, and what happened? They sold them. The likes of Gareth Bale, Theo Walcott, Callum Chambers, the list goes on of these players that went to the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool, to the big clubs, but they made whopping great big fees, and at the end of the day their theory was bring players through the system, sell them on, make money, keeps the club running, and it's as simple as that. Those days unfortunately have gone where, if I use Southampton as a classic example, when you had the likes of Matthew Le Tissier there, started there as a schoolboy who came from Jersey or Guernsey, I can't remember which island it was personally, I might be slated in the comments for forgetting, and stayed there his entire career, even though he had the opportunities to go to the likes of Tottenham and Liverpool and Chelsea towards the end of his career, but still stayed at Southampton. Why? Because of loyalty. It wasn't about the money and taking a great big check at the end of the week, at the end of the day. It was about loyalty, because as he said in interviews he's done, Southampton gave him his opportunity. Those days are sadly gone now, and when it's more in the court of the club, they're going to be looking at getting as much return as they possibly can, and so that they can obviously stay out of the reaches of PSR and potential points deductions. So then you've got to look at, what are the other options? Could the Premier League do something else? Because I personally think that they should get rid of PSR. I said to a friend of mine only yesterday that maybe it should be put back on the chairmen and basically say, right, every single club has to break even, and if you want to go and spend the money, you can go and spend the money, but it's coming out of your pocket. So if you want to go and buy a £100 million player, you pay it, but you pay it right now, and it goes straight into the club, and then the club goes and pays the other team for that particular player. Because unfortunately, there are too many clubs making massive losses at the moment. You know, you just got to look at Everton as a classic example. You know, in the Premier League, you know, always been in the Premier League, and it's a shame of what's happening at the moment. You know, so please drop a few comments in the box. You know, let us know what you personally think. You know, so for now, have a think about that. Let me know what you think. Obviously, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll speak to you a bit later. Okay, cheers.